Well, goddamn, I won't expect that one right there. Hot damn. What in the name of Sam Hill happened there? Go. Yeah, so we're testing out rudder pedals right now. Basically, thrustmaster rudder pedals, they're not very good. They're not very good. When you put any weight of just resting your feet on the rudder pedals, that's a problem. It causes friction. And because it causes friction, that slows down, that requires more force to move the pedals, particularly to get them started. And so that reduces your accuracy with your pedals. I tried adjusting the S-curve. I also need to, what are you doing just sitting there? I tried to, there. Touch with that boot. I tried to adjust the S-curve, that's one thing you can do, but hey, don't get shot down before I get there, please. That's bad etiquette. FW. Oh, I better close the canopy. They always get shot down before I arrive by the flak. Is there another one? No, that was it. I hope you can hear me over the music. So yeah, basically the thrustmaster rudder pedals, in order to get them to move smoothly, I have to take all my weight off my feet and basically put the weight of my whole body on my seat, the seat that I'm sitting on. So the weight of my legs, I have to tense up my legs and lift them so that I'm only lightly resting my feet on the pedals, and then there's no friction, and then I can move the pedals with some dexterity. But if I'm just resting my feet on the pedals, it's like, God, it just gets, and then because there's extra friction on the pedals, hang on, the bloody mouse, hang on, I've got long arms, but can I reach? Yeah, I can. Alright. Yeah, so I'm gonna have to bolt the pedals onto the ground, and there's no actual thing on the pedals that enables you to bolt it onto the ground. Like, there's no holes to put screws or anything. There are 3 railings either side. Like, yeah, apologies if you can't hear me over the music, but I'm keeping the music. Yeah, there's 3 railings either side, so I can get clamps and screw the clamps into the floor. And then I can pressurize those 3 railings with the clamps, and then that's going to hold the pedals onto the ground. So I'm not really happy with the pedals. They're not, to be frank with you, the twist grip was better in terms of accuracy and dexterity and everything, and nimbleness and precision. The twist grip was better. I could always go back to the twist grip, but now I've got these pedals, I want to use them. You know, so yeah, the pedals, they're resting against the wall. And what else? This is a short stream, by the way. Like, I'll do this flight and maybe one more, just to give you an idea of, and myself as well, about the pedals. We're talking pedals right now. Resting the pedal unit against the wall so it's got something to kick against, but with your feet resting on the pedals, there's more friction on the runners, on the railings, and that means that as you kick, say, right, that's going to move the whole pedal unit to the right unless you've got it secured to the floor. So you need to have the pedal unit secured to the floor, otherwise it just gets crazy under the table. the pedal unit ends up like way over to the right or way over to the left or whatever, sliding one way or the other. So it's got to be secured, and so I've got to find a way to secure it. And there's no screw holes, so there's those railings. The railings are very flimsy plastic as well. So if you're not careful, you'll snap them if you pressurize them in the wrong way. It's very covered in dust. I could clean the unit and get all the dust off it. That might free up the friction. The other thing I could do is I could put some Singer oil, like some machine oil, onto the runners. But I don't think that's going to help too much, and it'll attract dust. I could put graphite on there, but graphite's going to fall off. It'll help a bit, but it also stains and it's messy, graphite. So it's a type of lubricant. It's a dry lubricant. So yeah, the pedals, I haven't been able to use them very much in air combat to get any kind of fine-tuned movements or anything. There's a plane there. What could it be? Oh, it's near our ships. It's dropped a bomb. Let's go and get it. Bastard, he's dropping on my ships. It's a Ju-88. What do you do? What do you do? Just unload all of your ammo into it, that's what. I really need to get these pedals working, you know. What if I just go tippy toes? I'll try going pretty much tippy toes. I don't know if that's a good idea or not. And I'll lift up my feet a bit. Don't get hit by those guns on that Ju-88. That's got him! Engine damaged. Oh, great. And there's another one there too somewhere. There's one of mine though. Is that a spit? It's a spit, and it's shooting at the guy behind me, so that's all good. And the guy behind me? It's a 109! A 109! Come on then, 109. See what you got. See what you got. I've just stalled it out in midair. Gotcha. Yeah. Ha 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 ha! Bit messy, but I survived it. Yeah. I contributed to the destruction of that 109. Alright, let's go home. So what about the rudder? Yeah, the rudder, you know, it's not really improving my performance or anything. It's degrading it, if anything. So I'm hardly even using the rudder in combat because I can't trust it. So what do I use it for? Just to rest my feet somewhere. That's about it. Hey, there's another one over there dropping. Let's just go and shoot it down with some rifle ammo. Can't really see through the bloody windscreen though, eh? Not a good idea, is it? Don't you wish you could sing as good as Christopher Cross? I can contribute to the destruction of this bomber up here, or whatever it is. Let's go for it. Or is that a one? Is that a spit? Is that a spit? Is that a spit? That's a spit. Alright, and so what's the other one right there? That's also a spit, right? What is that? What is that? That's a spit too. Why am I chasing two spits? Someone explain to me why I'm chasing two Spitfires. Well, if they've got the area covered, what am I doing here? There was something dropping. There was a bomber attacking. What's that? Spitfire. Alright, so let's damage the engine. 5 minutes left. Yeah, Spitfire. They look like 109 Spitfires, but of course they're not. Yeah, so let's go and land. Pissing out fuel. Don't even know if I'm going to make it. Enemy column destroyed. So these are the kind of songs that I listen to. They're all based on love. You know what kind of songs narcissists listen to? They're all based on like sort of Ozzy Osbourne, sort of Black Sabbath, and like some kind of pop music where the girl is like struggling with light and dark, and like octopus tethers grabbing her and dragging her into the darkness of the underworld. Like completely dark lyrics. Four people watching. Hello. Just enjoying a decaf coffee late at night. No caffeine. That's my secret. It's one of my secrets. I'd like to remind everyone that you can subscribe to the channel. You can pay super chats during a live stream. You can pay a super thanks on most of my videos, and you can support in a whole bunch of other ways. Like you can join my GoFundMe projects to build an airship, to buy an aeroplane, buy a joystick, buy a DLC for DCS and things like that. And you can also do now my buy me a coffee. So I've got that available as well. G'day Rouse, how's it going? I currently have an airship project. I'm building an airship, and I've got some good ideas, and looking forward to producing the first component of the airframe fairly soonish. I've been finishing something up else in January, and now that's finished, and now of course we're in February. I'm not going to get to the base before it finishes. I don't know if I'll continue actually, like maybe a couple of more flights. You felt really sick throughout the whole day, but now you're kind of okay. That's no good, man. Sorry to hear that. I hope that you feel better. I'll do one more flight on the new map, and then that's probably going to be the end of the stream. So yeah, I should probably turn the music off, but this is just a couple of flights to test out the rudder pedals. And there's too much friction with the rudder pedals. When you rest the full weight of your feet on the pedals, it increases the friction, so you have to use more force to push the pedals back and forth. And then that makes the whole pedal unit shift on the ground unless it's tied down or bolted, screwed down. I could super glue the pedal unit to the ground. It's one option. Good rudder pedals should make everything better. They should improve your accuracy, improve the accuracy of your stick as well, because then the stick doesn't have to bother about twist. So twist is separated and removed from the stick, so the stick doesn't get noise movement from operating the twist. In theory, having pedals should be a win-win. It should improve everything, but right now it's a bit underwhelming. It's not really doing it. So tomorrow I'm going to find a way to make some clamps, some metal or wooden clamps with screws, and literally screw them into the floor, and they'll hold the pedal unit down fast so it can't move. Even with moving my powerful legs back and forth, I'm still not going to move the pedal unit. Like, that's how strong it's got to be held to the ground. And then I'm going to get some machine oil or some graphite lubricant powder and put it onto the runners of the pedals and clean all the dust off as well. So hopefully that's going to do something. And I've adjusted the S-curve so that it's less dramatic. That's much less dramatic. That's full, and that gets dramatic. Whoa! Shit. I think it's about reducing the friction, basically, so that the pedals can move nicer. Sometimes it's hard to find the null zone as well when you're resting your feet on the pedals. Sometimes you don't know if you're resting them with a slight turn a slight yaw to the left or right, and then you take your feet completely off the pedals, and then you find if that's the case or not. And it's often rare that you're completely at neutral pedals. Usually one's pushed forward more than the other. You don't get that problem with twist grip because you can just sense better with your hand on the twist grip than you can with your clumsy feet on the pedals. So getting used to the pedals is a whole different kettle of fish. I better just bear with me and I'll shut this down. Alright, great. Yeah, pedals. If you go left full rudder and you go right aileron, you can do this. And what about right full rudder and left aileron a bit? You can move like this. This kind of thing could be good for strafing. That could be pretty good. So if you cross the controls, left full rudder and then a bit of right aileron, and then pretty much keep it horizontal like that. Isn't that interesting? That's going to be probably a pretty good technique. And after I've built the airship, I'm going to build more airships, but I'm also quite interested in making a Spitfire and making a BF-109. And these days, with the tools that are available, there's a lot of stuff that you can do. So, looking forward to that in 2024. In 2023, for me, it was all about spirituality, psychology, and truth, and discovering spiritual and psychological truth. And in 2024, it's about those things as well, but not so much really. Switching focus to aircraft building and to finding some power. Finding some power in the community. Alright, right over the top of the enemy ships here. Let's hope I'm not getting shot at. How many players have we got? 12 on the other side, not many, actually. Oh, there's the enemy ships. If there's not many enemies around, then maybe I'm going to head towards their base. Maybe. Or I'll just fly the front line. So sleepy. Got to keep checking the 6 though. Alright, so that thing with the pedals is quite interesting, isn't it? Like cross controls. You can get quite a steady kind of thing going on there where you could paint the target with the crosshairs in a controlled way. I can imagine doing that in a climb. You'd cause a lot of drag, so you wouldn't be so efficient in the climb. You'd run out of airspeed quicker. But hey, if you want to run out of airspeed quicker, that could be a good thing. Well, nothing so far. Yeah, this will have to be the last flight since the action has dropped off. I'm so tired, I might just end up crashing into the ground. Into the trees. Hey, there's a plane over there. Not so tired now. Wide awake. He's coming this way. He's heading for the trains, isn't he? He's heading for the trains and he looks like a Stuka. Looks like a bloody Stuka, mate. I'm actually no good at shooting down Stukas for some reason. I'm going to try cross-controlling the rudder. That's what I'm going to try. That's what I'm doing right now. Like this. Oh yeah! That upset him, didn't it? That's you know, that's ruined his day, hasn't it? Oh, I just cross-controlled the rudder a bit too much. Now he's probably going to get a shot if I'm not careful. With those BK 3.7 cannons. Honestly, I should have finished him off by now, so... Oh well, look, let's just have a bit of fun with this rudder. Is he done? He's still flying. That's got him. I mean, don't get me wrong, that, like, you know, you should be able to just shoot him in one pass sort of thing, but I mean, they are strong birds. They're armoured. They're strong, they're meant for ground attack and stuff. But probably if you hit them with about, I don't know, about 7 cannon shells in a row in a concentrated area, that will kill them. So, like we're talking in the fuselage, in the pilot engine, that kind of thing. Anywhere really, as long as it's concentrated. It's got to be concentrated fire. The way the IL-2 damage model works is on concentrated fire. So if you hit a target with 7 20mm cannon shells across different parts of the plane, that's different than if you hit them in exactly the same spot of the plane. That concentrated fire is what counts to knock something out of the sky. Somehow I didn't really get hit there. So what do I think? I think the rudders need fixing. The thrustmaster rudder pedals need some kind of fixing, and then they'll probably be really good. It's like a lot of things. You don't need to just like throw it out if it doesn't immediately work. You can work on it, you can tweak it, you can fix it, you can adjust it, and then it can potentially be really good. If it's not good after that, then yeah, sure, throw it in the bin type thing. But you know, I mean, you know what I mean? So got to fix these damn rudder pedals and then use them real well. I swear there's two planes over there by that cloud, right there on the tip of that cloud, underneath it, just over here. And I haven't run out of ammo. I've still got lots of I've still got some MG. There we go. Yeah, well, there was two planes there. Where the heck are they? Yeah, I've definitely got to affix these rudder pedals to the floor. I'll definitely do that. Now, where are they? These are enemy planes here on the ground, so I'm over an enemy airbase here. Better not get shot down by the flak. Where were the planes? There's one. Miles away though. At the other side, probably attacking it. Enemy tanks destroyed. Yeah, over at the other site, there's two planes. Alright, that's where they must have just gone there. There's three planes there. So... four planes there. How much ammo have I got? Perhaps not much, but how many of these are enemies? Who knows? They're over at our position, I would say. There's a lot of planes there. I mean, what do? There's one up high, maybe that's an A-20. There's a fighter there with it too. What the hell do I do? And I mean, there's them going off over there. I just don't even know which ones to go for. You got two over there in a formation. What could they be? We've got one in front of us that looks a lot like an A-20. Got one up there, that's a MiG or something. That there's got to be an A-20. So, and that IL-2, they're coming back from a raid. They destroyed the enemy convoy or tanks or whatever it was. They're probably going back to base now. Well, alright. Let's pull some GeForce. The A-20 is actually pretty fast. Just don't try and use it as a oh, they're going to attack here. Just don't try and use it as a dive bomber, because it's not a dive bomber. That's for sure. You'll find out when the wings peel off. Comsin, hello, how's everyone doing? I'm doing very well, thanks. Comsin, how are you? Although Rouse was feeling sick today. Alright, so these guys are getting ready to attack the airfield. I mean, my engine's fine, my plane's fine, my pilot's not injured. I defeated the Stuka. I got no cannon left, but I've got some MG left, probably. And these guys are about to wreck the enemy airfield, so that's good. There's the IL-2. Over there's the A-20 going in. Doosh, 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 doosh. They're shooting. I could probably shoot some of the flak. That might be a good thing. But the guy's already doing it. I could help, of course. Let me just see if I can spot any flak. Any flak, cack, cack. There's some over there. What about this one? Rudder pedal. It's probably already used up. Oh no, I'm out of... Hey, I destroyed it, but I'm out of ammo. I destroyed it, but I'm out of ammo. That one's done. That one's still there. Alright, I gotta go. I got no ammo. I'm nothing but a ram Jaeger now, if worst comes to worst, if a 109 shows up. LA5. A20. Yeah, so IL-2, so that's the enemy airbase getting attacked. Getting mega attacked. Destroyed, flattened. So what about if I was just going to go up in the sky, and I was going to go right rudder and left stick, left aileron? What do I get? I get this, and then it's sort of out of control. So we're in a spin now. Stable airspeed at about 180 k's an hour, descending in a spin, and then I'm just gonna try and break out of it, and that was pretty easy. The engine overheated during that. Yeah, I'm interested in this cross controls idea. I think it can give some accuracy during aiming, when you're aiming at another plane. That's the feeling I get anyway. Shampoo says he's okay except for his herpes. Ah ha 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 ha. He's probably telling the truth, but... Hey, Roush Prez, out to you, man. Oh, you too, Shampoo. Hope it isn't too bad. What are you flying? This is a Yak 7. Oh no, the enemy's destroyed our ships. Good plane, just I ran out of ammo shooting at that Stuka. How many players on here? 19 enemies. It's not too bad. Yeah, I'm not too sure about this S-curve. Like, I've adjusted the S-curve. I'll show you before we land. Settings, key mapping, plane controls, and then your joystick, whatever, and then go for the S-curve thing here, the input responses. And you can see down here, it's like a sine wave, like it's an S. That wasn't like that. That was previously... I don't even know. What am I even... Yeah, no. That's interesting, isn't it? That's not what I'm talking about, though. I didn't want any dead zone. Yeah, the sensitivity or whatever. So that's how it is by default, just a linear, straight line. And what I did was I did that. So is that better? I don't know if it's better, actually. Let's just keep it like that and see if it's any... I've really got to adjust the ergonomics here. Every time I go to put my left foot on the rudder pedal, it hits the mouse cable. Here's the airfield, by the way. I think linear is probably better than the S-curve, but you just need less friction on the pedals. Look how stable you can be like this. I'm trying to aim at this cloud and not stall it. You can really be quite stable crossing the controls like this. I've got full right rudder. Oh, there we go. When your airspeed's too low, it doesn't work. Full right rudder and full left joystick. Nice airfield down here. Is this the Rodenplatte map? Yeah. They didn't have runways like that in World War One. Let's put it into another spin and probably crash in a fireball, but we'll just try and lose some altitude in a vertical sense, like taking an elevator down, and then have enough altitude to recover. Honestly, no problem. You can spin the yak really good and you can pull out of the spin without a problem, as you just saw twice there. Pretty nice. Don't have to land on the runway, there's so much more airfield here, but I'll try and do that. "250 kilometers an hour. You want to be at 220 before you put the flaps down." What about the gear though? Probably put the gear down now and then go about 20% power or something. The thing stalls out at 150. No, yeah, just under 150. Now I'm back up at about 200 k's an hour. I've got to lose that speed. Beautiful. What kind of power setting did I land with? I assume it was about 12% power. You want to have some power during the landing, and with a lot of planes you want to have about 5% power. Engine failure. You want to have about 5% power on when you're on the landing roll, particularly with the Spitfire. So go, as soon as you land with the Spitfire, put the brakes on, but keep about 5% power on, so that you've got some prop wash running over the rudder, so that you can still have an effective rudder, because you need it, otherwise you're going to ground loop in a plane like the Spitfire. So the key to landing successfully in IL-2 is to keep the power on at least a little bit. I'm going to have to do one more flight, but yeah, just one more. That was a perfect landing, no bouncing or anything. Which P47 is the best, the DCS or this one? This one is really good visually, beautiful, but I honestly think it's not as good as the DCS one, in my opinion. In terms of performance, flight performance, the flight performance of the one in DCS is actually better, in my opinion. Well, yeah, it's true. The flight performance, like the performance of the DCS P47 is better than the IL-2 P47. Like, that's just my subjective opinion, but it's so obvious that it's basically an objective fact. You know? Yeah, the P47 in IL-2, in my opinion, behaves a bit more like a Stuka or a bit more like a BF-110. It kind of feels like you're flying a Stuka or a BF-110 or an IL-2 Sturmovik, but not even an IL-2 Sturmovik. Sturmovik has excellent low-speed performance, like its lift generation is huge and its engine's powerful. I think it has a 1600 horsepower engine. Don't forget the P47 has one of the biggest engines of World War II. It's ridiculous. It's like a 42 litre engine or something, like Spitfire's what, 26 litre Merlin engine. And P47's double Cyclone right, double Wasp Cyclone right or something. It's like 45 litres or something. It's a huge engine. Huge. With that turbo on it as well. And a huge wing. And the fuselage looks fat from the side on the profile view, but if you look at it from the front, it's actually a thin fuselage side to side. It's only up and down that it's a bit fatter. Do you know what I mean? The vertical axis of the fuselage is much longer than the width, than the left to right. So it's not as fat as it looks. It is bloody heavy, of course, but I mean, look, so much power, so much wing area. The DCS one seems to be able to float around nimbly and do a lot of aerial maneuvering much better than the IL-2 one. It doesn't mean that that's more realistic, it might not be, but I like the DCS one better because you can do more stuff with it. The IL-2 one, if you want to do stuff with it, you have to use the quote-unquote magic flaps. You have to deploy flaps and then suddenly your lift increases tremendously. So, there's a plane over there, by the way. But I don't think that the P47 was subjectively in real life like flying a BF-110 or like flying a Stuka or like flying an IL-2. I think it was more like flying an F4U Corsair. Isn't it true that the F4U Corsair has the same engine as the P47 Thunderbolt? Isn't that true? Don't they have the same engine? And which was the fastest plane of World War II? Wasn't it the F4U Corsair? And so that should tell you something. The P47 had the same engine as the fastest plane of World War II. I don't know if that's a true statistic. It's what I heard on YouTube, on one of those infographic videos. Obviously, we're excluding the jets and we're excluding the DO335 Feel, the twin-engine plane with both engines on the fuselage in a push-pull configuration. That was like a 700 km/h propeller plane with two engines though. But as far as a single engine prop, what was the fastest plane? Wasn't it the F4U Corsair, and didn't it have the same engine as the P47? So I think the P47 is, it's a really good plane. it stands to reason that a plane with that much wing area would produce a lot of lift. Yeah, that's an enemy there. What can I do here? I think I'm outnumbered. Firstly, I'll try not to hit the ground. I'll try and sneak in. Since I'm outnumbered, I'll try and sneak in. That's a 410 up there, 410. So I'll take out the fighter first if I can. Looks like he's heading back to home. I almost hit the trees there. If I can just sneak up to him here. Maybe he's too fast. He looks like a Dora, so if that's the case... No, it's 109. If he's faster than me, and what about there? What do we got there? That's the 410 there. Don't hit the trees. So I'm going to just chase this 109. Reduce the RPM to 2600, which is 89%. Don't hit the bloody trees. Got that 410 behind me. I think he's peeled off though. Am I getting closer? Don't hit the trees. I don't know if this is going to work out. Let's just put the track record on and we'll see. And who knows if he can see me or not. I doubt it, but it looks like he's a sitting duck. But my plane is a little bit slower than his. Yak 7's pretty fast, but it's a little bit slower than his. I'm in a good position though. As long as that 410 doesn't alert him, and as long as I don't crash into the trees. It's not looking too bad. And he can't hear the Yak engine, from what I understand. Let's get down here so he doesn't see. So he doesn't see. Why did he just decide to turn then, eh? Let's just get him right now. Rudder, rudder, rudder. Rudder, rudder, rudder. Yeah, is he dead? If that connected. Bloody hell with their porpoising. I'm not even using the rudder. I took way too long with that, so I'm gonna have to do some aiming practice. And it's so late. And which of the P-47s is more realistic in performance? That's a good question. I just feel that the IL-2 P-47 is too sluggish. That's what I feel. It feels too slow and too heavy and everything. I could be totally wrong though. I don't know. But you know what I mean? It's a powerful plane. Lots of lift. Next to a Mustang is huge. Yes, it can swallow the Mustang. P-47 was perfect escort multi-role, and they say it has a reputation for being able to survive battle damage. I don't know if you guys remember, but when the 47 first came out in IL-2, it would get hit in the engine by one bullet and the engine would just stop. So those are our genius testers at work there again. Finally it got fixed though. But it's a little overshadowed by the P-51. Yeah, the P-51 is... Actually, I don't know if everybody preferred it. I think Gabby Gabreski, the ace, maybe preferred the P-47 than the P-51. Maybe some of them did. Like when they got Mustangs, they didn't want to... The squadron didn't want to change over to Mustangs or something. But like a Mustang is sort of an American Spitfire with a Spitfire Merlin engine, but it's got a whole bunch of fuel behind the pilot seat and in the wings and drop tanks. And it has an interesting laminar flow wing, which is more efficient for long distance cruising. And ironically, the Mustang is designed by a German engineer, a German born in Germany with a German name, who before World War II went and worked for aircraft companies in Latin America, and then as World War II was starting or was about to start, he was working in America for American companies and designed the P-51 Mustang with heaps of money, wind tunnels and everything to get the wing shape just right, that laminar flow wing. So very ironic, isn't it? A German designed the P-51 Mustang. He did. He was the lead engineer. It was his machine, which significantly contributed to the destruction of the German war effort. Yeah, it's on Wikipedia. It's really interesting. So, yeah. Anyways, I'm going to go and catch some Z's because it's so late here. So, thanks you guys in the chat. And thanks everyone at home that's watching. Like, share, subscribe. Donate through the various different ways that you can. And enjoy your weekend. And see you guys next time. Probably see you guys tomorrow. So, bye-bye.